Well, good afternoon and welcome to Stanford, California for today's match as the 5-5-1 Stanford Cardinal have a must-win contest as they face off with the 6-3-1 and in the top 25 USC Trojans. Tim Swartz with you, Will Decker as well on hand. For Stanford, they are in a situation that they have not been in a very long time. The Cardinal have lost consecutive matches and they are winless in their last three, and tonight it is a must-win for Stanford.
Yeah, back-to-back losses to both Arizona schools, and then they tied Oregon in a double overtime game prior to that. Big game for Stanford, and I think the key to that is shutting down the dynamic duo of the Trojan attack. You got Penelope Hawking, 8 goals, 2 assists on the year. She had a hat trick against Washington earlier this month. And Tara McCune, 6 goals, 3 assists. She's tied for the team lead in assists. So a lot to deal with up front for the Cardinal, but Kiki Pickett, the third-team All-American back in 2019, will be back there to defend the line for the Cardinal.
11's being announced here at Kagan Stadium as Stanford, last time they were here, had a scoreless draw with Oregon just about 2 weeks ago. Here's the lineup, first of all, for USC. The women of Troy, Kaylin Martin in the defense, along with Isabel Raleigh, who's a 5'8 sophomore from Las Vegas. Samantha Bruder, a fifth-year senior from Bell Canyon, California. And Lily Perryman from Portola Valley, went to St. Francis High School, then BU, Boston University. Portola Valley, just a little bit south here of Stanford. As you might hear some crowd, it is friends and family of the players allowed in. Only residents of the state of California allowed here at Kagan Stadium. As also in the lineup for USC, in the midfield, Jalen Eisenhart, a sophomore from Henderson, Nevada. It's Savannah DeMello, 3 assists on the year, a senior from Southern California. Croy Bethune, who is a sophomore from Alpharetta, Georgia. And in that front line, Penelope Hawking, 8 goals, a junior 5'5 out of Anaheim. Tara McCown, who is a senior who has 6 goals and 3 assists. And then Madeline Veruga, who's a 5'8 junior from Concord, Massachusetts. She has 3 assists. For Stanford, this is kind of their preferred 11 that they will have out there for Paul Ratcliffe. 3 national championships for Coach Ratcliffe here at Stanford. Katie Meyer, this third-year sophomore, is in goal. And then the Stanford Cardinal, you go numerically with Brielle Breed, who will play all around the pitch. Sierra Engie. Maya Doms will play the 10, wearing the 10. JoJo Harbor, a midfielder for the Cardinal. Savannah Kuhlman will be the target striker. Kennedy Wesley. Catherine Paulson, along with her twin sister Sarah on this team. Catherine gets the start today. Kiki Pickett, the right back. Samantha Williams will be on the front line. And Julia Leontini. That's the 11 for Stanford.
Keep an eye on Kaylee Collins, the goalkeeper for USC. She was named Pac-12 Keeper of the Week. She's recorded 3 straight shutouts. So Stanford's got to attack early and get it by one of the premier keepers in the Pac-12.
Collins, a 5th-year senior, went to Carondelet High School in the East Bay. Well, for Stanford, back-to-back losses against the Arizona schools. And it is a must-win weekend for the Cardinal. RPI has them at 104, which is, they aren't the 104th best team in the country, but that's just what the numbers say. USC number 13 in RPI. And then, of course, on Sunday, a huge showdown with UCLA, number 4 team in the country. Stanford with fans for the first time this season. Let's see if the 12th man can be. We're just about ready to go here from Kagan. Julian Arias is the ref. Alex Marquette-Wilsey. Jik Dutt, the ARs for today's match. Stanford will be wearing their Friday Cardinal uniforms and USC in the white uniforms. Meyer way off of her line and puts it back into the box. Katie Meyer will do that. Will be adventurous. Southern California native. Outright for one of the Cardinal captains, Pickett. 4th overall pick to Kansas City in the NWSL draft.
Cardinal with 2 top 10 picks in the NWSL. Madison Haley, the other one.
Madison out on the pitch today during warm-ups, but she was not in her uniform, so she is unavailable for the Cardinals. She's had a knock that has disturbed her all year long. Wesley has done a nice job as a left center back for Stanford. Ng tried to release Pickett. Kiki Pickett will play right back, but she'll at times pinch up forward as kind of almost a right extra forward. She'll tuck into the midfield to add a 4th midfielder for Stanford. She kind of has a free reign up the right side.
It's rare to get a right back that attacks like Pickett does, and that's a big reason as to why she was a top 5 pick.
USC so far pretty content to absorb pressure out of their 4-4-2. Kilman. That'll be key for the Cardinal if they want to get some numbers going forward. It would be Kilman playing that target striker role. Turned over to the Trojans. Bethune. Hawking turns it over. There's Pickett. And that could be a card. That is a free kick for Stanford in a dangerous position.
Look at Pickett with the steal immediately going to the counterattack. She is very aggressive out there on the soccer field.
They will stop the clock for a moment to have Arias, the man in the middle of this match, set it up. Pickett with her right foot. She may take this. Maybe Harbor with her left. It will be Harbor. No, Pickett tries to curl it top right 90, and that one is over as Pickett did try to score from maybe, 28 yards out. Just 2.5 minutes in, but not much possession for the women of Troy. And it doesn't look like they're going to try to play the ball short. Looks like they'll just punt it forward with Collins from the East Bay, Carondelet High School. Leontini settles. Breed. Pickett. Here's Catherine Paulson. To St. Francis High School, just a little bit south of Stanford. USC trying to play it to Hawking on the counter. And easily Meyer picks it up as Hawking was looking for Gira. Stanford's without Noemi Girma. Would have been her junior year, one of the center backs for Stanford when they won the national championship. Space in the midfield for the Cardinal. Out wide, the left foot of Paulson, slicing in. Paulson takes a dive. And it's swept away by the USC defense.
Great lead pass by Leontini to find the streaking attacker for Stanford.
McCune on the counterattack. And she shepherded off the ball strong by Breed, human bio major. Made 23 starts last year as a defensive midfielder. So that was Ng. First 2 years for Sierra Ng, just 2 starts. And she has become a first choice right center back for Paul Ratcliffe this year. USC and Stanford. Last 2 Pac-12 teams to win national championships. Stanford in 17 and 19. As here's Paulson. Has Doms in the middle. Paulson just a little slow with her decision making, and corner for the Cardinal.
Big opportunity for Stanford to get their first corner within the first 5 minutes of action. Let's see if they can capitalize here.
Not too many targets here. This is one of the places where Stanford misses Madison Haley. Stanford not a ton of height, and they're not really a team that wants and plays for set pieces. They mostly try to score goals against the run of play. Doms, deflected header, and was almost rerouted by Breed.
Beautifully placed by the senior JoJo Harbor into the box area. Good opportunity for Stanford here early. Let's see if they can build on it.
Raleigh. USC trying to get organized in possession. Stanford is totally out of sorts. There was no one down the right side. Cut back, right-footed shot right into the hands of Meyer. As Stanford not organized at all on the counterattack.
Scary situation there, but Katie Meyer, calm, cool, and collected in the net. She's a gift for this Stanford's women's team.
That was DeMello who put it on target. No problems for Katie Meyer. 108 goals against average for Katie. She won 18 of her first 19 starts at Stanford. Had a couple of big saves at the new PayPal Stadium in San Jose. A national championship match against North Carolina. Saved 2 penalties in the shootout. That ball was pretty clearly handled, but they're going to play on. And again, these quick 1-2s. DeMello out in front. McCune, left-footed shot across the goal mouth. Put back in front, and the Cardinal clear it.
Wow, what a job by Sierra Ang to get that out of deep Cardinal territory.
Yeah, NG, very nice play. Here's Williams, freshman, who is very dynamic for Stanford. She'll play up the right wing and in the center. That was just a miscommunication as Doms hit that one well over and wide to Pickett.
Yeah, Williams, just a true freshman, only 4 shots on goal, but is already tied for the team lead with 3. She has been sensational in her inaugural year out here on the farm.
8th minute, 0-0. Fans on hand for the first time here at Kagan Stadium this year. Friends and family that live in the state of California. Those are the rules. That is as of now. April 15th, they'll start allowing fans for indoor events here at Stanford. We had the first event with fans April 1st. It was Stanford softball at Smith Family Stadium, just a little bit behind Katie Meyer. She plays the ball in. A must win for Stanford if they want to qualify for the NCAA tournament. USC kind of been in a 4-4-2 type of look. They've absorbed pressure pretty well from Stanford. They've been nice here with Bagheera. Done a nice job of disrupting Stanford's attack, not letting the Cardinal get into much of a flow. Stanford has had a lot of the possession so far, though. Ng, STS major. Pickett. Wesley. Harbor playing left back. Kilman looking for the turn, and Bruder was not going to allow that to happen.
A lot of contact. Let him play through that.
Figuera. Raleigh. That was handled. Hawking. Stanford looking to organize their attack. Wesley. Ng. Long ball up. Stanford trying to play a little direct instead of through the middle. Right midfielder Figueroa comes back, playing with the right back Raleigh. Again, USC trying to go over the top, but too much on that ball.
Katie Meyer getting ready for a goal kick here. 2 shots from Stanford in the early minutes, 1 from USC. And the only corner going to the Cardinals so far.
Ng. Also played lacrosse in high school, which is normally the other sport they play here at Kagan Stadium, normally in the spring, but Danielle Spencer and the lacrosse team have been playing at Stanford Stadium, the football complex. They didn't want to have too many games here at Kagan and mess with what is an immaculate surface. Very, very low-cut grass, ball-playing grass, and that's the way that Stanford women love it, as does Jeremy Gunn and the men.
Just a beautiful facility all around here at Kagan Stadium.
Best possession of the match from USC. Wide left. Pickett meeting McCune. And is a corner kick. USC. Last year, Stanford won this matchup 3-2 in McAllister Field in Los Angeles. Well, Stanford player, I think, is down. And I believe that is Catherine Paulson, who had to go down to a knee. And the only good news for Stanford is one Paulson is met at the midfield, coming out with an apparent injury, and she's replaced by another Paulson. So Catherine Paulson, who has played a lot at left back for Stanford, is into the match.
Great job by Meyer to scope that out and make the play.
Stanford has had plenty of chances these last three matches, starting with a tie to Oregon and then getting swept at the Arizona schools. It's just been a question of finishing. Cardinal without Katrina Macario, who decided to go pro, is playing with Leon, who is currently in the Women's Champions League, still alive. The knockout stages. Sophia Smith went pro immediately after the win against North Carolina at Avaya Stadium, and then Madison Haley has been unavailable for Stanford a lot of this year because of a knock. Williams, so dynamic, the freshman, wants to attack. In front, Sarah Paulson gives chase. Strong move by the left-footed freshman. And now she's down. Knee-to-knee contact on that challenge, and well, that's unfortunate for Stanford. Catherine Paulson, her twin sister, just came out of the match.
Counterattack as USC is now on the run.
Swept away by Wesley, but just as I said that, how about that for horrific luck? Catherine Paulson is now kind of walking off the field. She was replaced by her twin sister, Sarah Paulson, who had a very awkward, kind of looked like a clashing of the knees with Isabel Raleigh. And the ref, Arias, is going to come over to her and say, hey, so you don't have to, you can sit down if you want to. The way she's coming off, that it looks very awkward, not good for the Cardinal.
Yeah, our thoughts with the Paulson sisters. They have been sensational as true freshmen. We hope her speedy recovery to whatever's going on with her knee.
Yeah, we don't know if it's their knee. We could say the leg. It looks like the right leg of Sarah Paulson. That is not good. The way she immediately kind of favored it, and now she's not really able to put any weight on it. Paige Rubenstein comes in, her 7th appearance of the season for the Cardinal, 5'7" sophomore from Davis. Just an awful 2 minutes for Stanford with both Paulson twins getting hurt. It has been a bizarre year for the Cardinal. Winning the national championship back in 2019. Obviously, since that national championship, the COVID-19 pandemic wipes away the 2020 fall season. Stanford lost Sophia Smith to NWSL. They lose Katrina Macario, who was the hottest free agent in the world, to the number one team in the world professionally. Madison Haley unavailable. That was going to be the Cardinal attackers, or main attackers this year. It's been bad luck for Paul Ratcliffe and Stanford. Cardinal have been to 9 of the last 11 College Cups, dating back to the 2008 team with Kelly O'Hara and Kristen Press. USC, they've only been to 2 College Cups, but they won both of them, 2007 and then 16 at Avaya Stadium. That was supposed to be Stanford in the 16 College Cup, but the Cardinal lost in the second round here. It's sent to Santa Clara with Andy Sullivan suffering a torn ACL in overtime, and then a minute later, the Broncos scoring. Andy, the number 1 pick of the NWSL draft a couple of years ago, but that was kind of a bad luck situation for the Cardinal, and Again, both Paulson sisters getting hurt within about maybe 90 seconds of each other, and they're both out of the match. Neither team has had a clear chance, so we're in the 15th minute. Pickett.
Stanford trying to diagnose the attack from the back line. It's almost like a chess set. If you make one mistake on the defensive side, Stanford will sniff it out with crisp passing from the midfield. Here we go.
Doms did get a turn. But again, Dons and Kilman just kind of, you can see that both of the reactions just a hair off from clicking. Stanford did not have as much time to train. Didn't really get to have a fall season. Remember, it was illegal to play sports in this county until January, late January, and even then, if you wanted to come here and you were not from the area, you weren't already in the area, you had to quarantine for 10 days. Stanford's been trying to play catch-up in terms of training all season. There's a deep-lying midfielder, DeMello, trying to control and dictate action for the women of Troy out of the back. Hawking. Nice play by Breed. Made 23 starts as a defensive midfielder, two-time national champion. Stanford in attack, they're kind of a 4-2-3-1. With Kuhlman as the number 9. And Stanford not shy about trying to build out of the back. Ng. A little more direct. Kuhlman.
Good ball movement from the Cardinals here. Trying to set something up offensively. Let's see what they can do.
Williams, freshman from Laguna Beach. That attack was just disrupted by Perryman. Cardinal get it back from distance, and the shot from Leontini was handled pretty easily by Kaylee Collins, who is a tough goalkeeper to beat.
Yeah, 3 straight games without letting up a goal for the Trojans. She's been sensational. Nice shot, though, from Leontini, taking that outside the box. I like to see the confidence from the defender out of Danville.
Yes, it's 0-0, 0-0. The score here at Kagan Stadium. 17th minute. Again, an attack disrupted by Breed. Now Stanford has needed her calmness in the middle of the defensive midfield. Breed again on the ball, trying to ignite the offense. Leontini, a freshman, has been kind of in the middle of the pitch with her, the 2 in the 4-2-3-1. Stanford's tried out Amy Sayer a bit.
The Australian, Amy Sayer.
Ng. Wesley. It's mostly a left back last year, starting 13 of the final 14 matches at that position for the Cardinal. Has shifted over to left center back. Pickett trying to give chase. Forces Collins to just give the ball back to Stanford.
Stanford deep in USC possession or territory here. A big throw in awaiting the Cardinals. Kiki Pickett to do the duties, the 2019 third team All-American.
Leontini. Ng. Again, USC, they're looking to turn Stanford over in the midfield and then go direct. McCune down the touchline. Now McCune just fell over herself there, fell over the ball. Cardinal try to reverse, but one of the problems for Stanford, they just don't have really numbers here. There's 7 back for the Trojans and just Kuhlman up for the Cardinal. Has been a great battle between Williams and Raleigh. Raleigh, the USC right back. Down this near sidelines with fans. It's been great to hear the fans today. Raleigh and Williams again. That matchup's been fun to watch. Kilman tries to turn. It's 1-on-5. Looking for some help. Wide right. Leontini. Cardinal couldn't get the attack going. Wesley steps up. Tried to play it out wide for Rubenstein, who's now coming as the right wing. Again, Catherine Paulson, Sarah Paulson, the twins got hurt within maybe 90 seconds of each other. And both are not on the bench, and it did not look good for either of them.
Yeah, such a weird instance with the Paulson twins. Thoughts, again, to the Paulsons on their health.
'21st minute. No clear chances for either side. Last time USC won here at Kagan, to go back to 2013. Last matchup between these two teams was September 28th, 2019. Cardinal won 3-2 down in Los Angeles. 1 goal from Haley, 2 from Macario, but obviously they're both not available for Stanford. Haley on the bench with her street clothes on and not even warm up, and Macario is somewhere in France. McCune. Broken up. NG.
Great job of reading that lead pass from NG. She saved a potential opportunity there for the Trojans.
One of the big challenges for Stanford this year, new center back pairing. Thought they would have Gurma, but she suffered an injury in the fall, and Noemi, unfortunately, part of the walking wounded for Stanford. It's been a bad luck season for the Cardinals so far. 5-5-1, 4-3 in the Pac-12. Hawking puts it down on her left foot, couldn't get anything on it. And McCune easily stopped by Meyer.
Scary opportunity as Hawking, as we mentioned pregame, in the box, had a legitimate shot at the goal. Meyer reacting quickly. Good job by the defense for the Cardinal.
A little switch up here. For the moment, at least, NG has come out to be the left center back, and Wesley has gone over to the right center back position. Constantly tinkering, the head coach of the Stanford Cardinal. Paul Ratcliffe, UCLA grad. Paul. 3 national championships. He is one of 7 head coaches on this campus with 3 national championships. That number increased 5 days ago as Tara Vanderveer winning her 3rd national championship with the Stanford women's basketball team, 90-92, and now 2021 for Tara. Harbor. It is so fascinating to watch Paul Ratcliffe coach the 4-3-3 that Stanford will play. A lot of tinkering, little adjustments, like NG now moving from the left center back and Wesley flipping with her to right center back. Kilman. Again, Del Brady kind of controlling the center of this pitch. Doms. Freshman All-American last year. 4 goals and 6 assists for the Cardinal. The national championship, I should say last season. It was last year was 2020. Last national championship, 2019. Oof. Good idea. Stanford tried to play Harbor, the left back, through. '24th minute.
Look at Pickett just rip that ball away.
Pickett on the counter. They run right at the defender. Beautiful spin move. But Kaylin Martin is going to be called for a foul. Thought for a moment that Martin got that clean. Now Stanford had an earlier free kick from just about this area. It is pretty far out. Maybe about 30 yards.
And Pickett with one of the more beautiful open field tackles you will see in the game of soccer. She did a tremendous job there. And she's solely responsible for this free kick.
From her right back spot, went all the way up. Maybe Doms will just try to uncork one here. She can really hit him hard. Into the wall. Leontini gives chase. Doms trying to get it onto her right foot. Harbor with time and space towards the far post. It is a little bit late. Rubenstein chasing after it.
Right idea there from Harbor to lob it up, trying to get to Rubenstein. Just a little bit late, as you said.
NG, safety first. Neither side with a clear-cut chance. I said it earlier, it's kind of hard to believe, but Stanford is 104 in RPI. Now that formula is a little bit off this year because of the lack of interconference matches. But if you're Stanford with 3 matches left, every match almost is a must-win. This weekend would be huge for the Cardinal. They've got USC, who's 13 in RPI. They've also got UCLA, who was ranked number 4 in the country. UCLA number 3 in RPI. So it would be a huge weekend for the Cardinal. They could just convert some of these chances that they've been generating. Harbor for Leontini. Kilman onto her right foot. Clean tackle.
Tough opportunity there that will not go Stanford's way, but shouts out to Leontini for setting that play up with a beautiful pass to Kuhlman.
Corey Bethune. Alpharetta, Georgia. Something about Alpharetta. He's been in the middle, in the circle against Bill Breed a lot tonight. 2 Alpharetta midfielders. Hawking was offside, or McCune, I should say, was offside when that ball was played to her. Yeah, the RPI is a little wonky this year. Central Connecticut State, they're number 8 in RPI, and they're 3-0. They've only played 3 matches. It's just one of those years where everything's kind of off because of the lack of matches.
Pickett turning it over, trying to get it to Kuhlman there, as it will promptly go back to the Trojans.
Huh. Beautiful dummy. And Bethune. Williams, you kind of hear some of the home fans letting her know, mostly all Stanford fans on this near side, that it was a USC Trojan coming up on her. Figuera. Williams, this time with a little bit more space as she settles it down. Rubenstein. Look at the Stanford bench. They've got 5 players that aren't goalkeepers that are available right now because of all of the injuries. Paulson twins going down early in this first half within about 90 seconds of each other. Catherine Paulson came out of the match, and then Sarah Paulson came out. Both looked like lower body injuries. '30th minute. Meyer in the Stanford cage, Collins in the USC cage. Neither have been really challenged big time. Vergara, that's another easy does it. Probably more of a cross there for Cardinal. Second-year starter Katie Meyer. Only gave up 4 goals in 16 starts last year. Had 2 huge penalty saves in the Cardinals' national championship, just about 20 miles south at PayPal Stadium. USC yet to make a sub in this first half, but they have a player just about ready at the scores table. Harbor coming up from her left wing spot. Harbor shepherded off the ball. Right to Doms. Right foot on it. And it curls it a little bit high.
Wow, JoJo Harbor, you thought the ball was just too far in front of her, kept that play alive and got it to Doms. No goal there, but a very impressive effort from the senior out of Bellevue.
Jennifer Westendorf, grad student from Grayson, Georgia. A grad transfer from Notre Dame into the match. First substitute for USC. I mentioned now PayPal Stadium as of I think 2 days ago, but it was Avaya Stadium before in San Jose, the home of the Earthquakes. First ever time that complex hosted the College Cup. It was USC in 2016 winning their second national championship. It was a big crowd back in December of 2019 for Stanford winning the national championship. They had then Avaya, now PayPal Stadium, but Cardinal in the semifinals beat UCLA, and then 0-0 through 110 minutes, and we ended up going to penalties. And Katie Meyer was the hero for Stanford in the final against North Carolina. Thune couldn't put it on target.
Very nice give and go there, too, outside the box. Just a deep shot and sailed over the top of the crossbar. Meyer, not a lot of opportunities for USC, but Myers has sniffed out each one of them.
Hawking, so dynamic. 8 goals this year for USC. DeMello. Here's their right back, Raleigh, who's been very sharp in a big-time battle with Cardinal freshman Samantha Williams. Another sub here for the women of Troy. Zoe Burns. There's a couple of assists. Freshman from Washington into the match. Burns coming in at left back, replacing Jalen Eisenhart. USC has kind of allowed Stanford to have possession, soaked up pressure, and tried to hit the Cardinal on the counter. Seeing different strategies. Here's Rubenstein up the right side. Kuhlman in front. Ensnared by Collins, who comes just a little bit off of her line.
Wonderful run there by Rubenstein, as she went through 2 to 3 defenders and then laid off a perfect pass to Kuhlman.
Beautiful turn. Williams. Wins a corner.
Just the raw speed Williams possesses is outstanding. You could see it on display on that play. The USC defense had to go deep into their depths of the back line to make a stop there. Corner awaiting the Stanford Cardinal. Let's see what they can do.
Leontini, All-American at Monte Vista High School in Danville. Out there, JoJo Harbor. He was the left back on the national championship team back in 2017, near the ball as well. Ball's loose in front of the net. Williams just wide.
Oh my gosh. Playing the wind on that. It almost went into the net. It was unbelievable. And then Williams had a shot on net. So close, just missed near post.
Collins, a little bit of an adventure for the sure-handed goalkeeper, who's a fifth-year senior from the East Bay. I normally would say this is her final trip to Stanford, but the schedules have been all miscombobulated, and this year does not count as a year of eligibility in the NCAA. Rubenstein. She's been not afraid.
Playing a lot of defense as a forward out there is Rubenstein. Trying to spark some counterattacks for the Cardinals. She's done an excellent job thus far here in the first half of doing that.
Bethune, sophomore for the women of Troy. Out of the locker room, both Paulson twins. Now, unfortunately for the Cardinal, are on the bench. Bunch of ice on the left knee of Catherine Paulson, who's sitting down. Nice turn on the left foot and swept away by Pickett.
Wow, scary situation there as McCune is down. She looks like she'll get back out there on the field. But Pickett making a big-time stop there in the box. McCune was ready to lay it off to the next coming Trojan. Pickett denying USC.
Bethune, right to Katie Meyer.
Only the second corner of the first half for the Trojans.
Mentioned, so it's Catherine Paulson and Sarah Paulson out for Stanford at the 12th minute. Both of them gone down about within 90 seconds. Catherine Paulson is on the socially distanced bench, collection of chairs with ice on her left knee, and the other Paulson, Sarah, is trying to walk it out to the far sidelines. You can kind of see her on the top of the screen. Does have her right shin guard off. As the hits keep on coming in the bad way for Stanford in terms of injuries this year. Hawking on the counter. Too far. You look for DeMello.
You can just tell the talent that Hawking possesses when she's on a fast break like that. Lead pass just too far in front. Stanford will take it.
Madison Eisen in for the Cardinal. She'll take over the 9 position. Kuhlman will get a opportunity to rest for the final about 7.5 minutes. First half you can come out, cannot come back in terms of substitution in college soccer. You can come back in the second half. It is just a battle here in the Pac-12. 180 minutes, sometimes as many as 200, 220 minutes. These weekends, less than 48 hours between matches. Normally, we're going Friday, Sunday. And a lot of times it becomes kind of a little bit of an attrition, war of attrition. So which teams end up healthy is very difficult for these athletes to play at least 180 minutes. If you're starting like a Kiki Pickett, you never come out over a 3-day stretch. Perryman. There's Kiki Pickett. Kiki, 4th overall pick by Kansas City in NWSL. They'll start up next weekend. She actually last season, right after Stanford won the College Cup, she didn't come back to Stanford to celebrate. She actually went and joined Vlatko Antonovsky in the full U.S. national team. Ison.
Ison, the sophomore out of Rockland, California, usually listed as a defender. She's up today with the forwards. A little experimentation from the Stanford squad.
Rockland just down in the Sacramento area. Ison has made 2 starts. This is her 7th appearance for Stanford. The Cardinal, without Madison Haley today, she is unavailable. Madison did play against Arizona State over the weekend, but that was her first match since March 20th against Cal. She has not been the same. Has just had a little bit of an injury. Senior from Dallas, Texas, so huge in Stanford's 2019 national championship. Target forward for the Cardinal to play off of. Stanford will have one more sub, it looks like, before we hit a halftime break. Now, again and again, Breed has been fantastic as a defensive midfielder for Stanford, disrupting USC attacks.
She does a little bit of everything for the Cardinal. Makes a great play there in the box. We've seen her lead a bunch of fast breaks for Stanford as well with some crisp passing. She is so essential to what Stanford does and in terms of them having a chance of winning the game.
Scoreless. Williams on her right foot. Williams. And it's hit into the keeper, Collins.
Williams, only a freshman. You got to think she's going to be so incredible by the time she even gets to next season as a sophomore. Like we said earlier, tied for the team lead in goals at 3.
Stanford kind of defending in 4-1 blocks. Pretty deep line for Stanford compared to what we're normally seeing. Another sub for the Cardinal. Astrid Wheeler, 12th appearance this year. 5'6" freshman from Atlanta who has played with the U20s. Another part of the issues around the world with the coronavirus is so many times you see these Stanford players playing with the U23s, the U20s, the U18s, the various youth national teams, and those just have not existed for now the last year plus. Little tweak to the lineup with the Angie now back at right center back. Her and the other center back, Wesley, had kind of flipped spaces, but they're back with Wesley playing left center back. Cardinal couldn't really build out of the attack, and a long shot that might have been knuckling a little bit. Bethune, though, has to do a little bit better to beat Katie Meyer, the fantastic goalkeeper for Stanford. Beautiful ball from Wesley. Releases Harbor. Doms. Time and space. Hopefully she's all right. She went down a little awkwardly. Just about 2 minutes left in the first half. Last season's matchup, it was 3-2 at the half. Stanford led. Williams on her right foot. That was a deflected shot. And Collins with a nice job to save a corner.
Her change of direction is so quick. She split 2 defenders out on the outside there for the Trojans. Williams doing a little bit of everything offensively and had a shot attempt there. Unfortunately could not come away with a goal number 1 for Stanford.
Wind starting to pick up here at Kagan Stadium. You can maybe kind of see to the far sidelines the trees with the wind kind of blowing left to right now against Stanford in the attack. Ison.
There's 1 minute remaining in the first half.
Nice job, nice hold-up play by Ison. Sacramento native from Rockland. Stanford trying to hurry up, under a minute left in the half. Not a bad idea by Wesley. Plays it over to Kiki Pickett. Now Kiki coming back for her senior year. Right now she could be in Kansas City getting set up for the NWSL season, but she wanted to come back for her 4th year here at Stanford, try to defend this national championship. Once this season is over, she will head into NWSL. Just about 15 seconds left. Nice job by Wesley, and that'll do it for the first half of play. Stanford and USC, neither side with any clear chances. Cardinal having both Paulson twins going down during that first half, and, well, Leontini fell down, and hopefully she is all right as she kind of tried to kick at that ball, and a USC player undercut her. Kiki Pickett helps her up. But 0-0, the score at the half. Stanford and USC will be back with the second half in just about 15 minutes.
Will Decker with Tim Schwartz. It's a 0-0 ball game as we head to half number 2. Let's take a look at some of the stats from the first half. The Trojans had 4 shots. Stanford had 7. Both teams had 3 shots on goal apiece. 3 saves each by 2 of the better goalkeepers within the Pac-12 in Katie Meyer and Kaylee Collins for Stanford and USC respectively. 6 fouls for USC to just 1 from Stanford. No cards needed, as Stanford will start with possession here in this second half as SC opened it up. Kuhlman and Doms at the top for Stanford, waiting for the official's whistle. The 3 shots on goal for Stanford were by Doms, Kuhlman, and Leontini in the first half. We are officially underway in half number 2. This one out to the outside. This is Williams, the freshman sensation for the Cardinal. Harbor, the senior. Now back to Wesley, one of the anchors of the back line. Engie swinging it out to Kiki Pickett as she knocks it out of play. This will be USC ball and a throw-in near half field.
Neither team had a really clear chance on net. No big chances, few half chances. Stanford certainly had more possession, but USC was pretty dangerous in the counter at times. I think situations like this, USC is going to try to take advantage of in terms of set pieces.
And coming out to make the kick is Jessica Hyden, who will send it into play for the Trojans. Trying to progress forward. And the Cardinal back with possession. Kuhlman, the senior. Belle Breed sending it forward. Trojans trying to start a counterattack after the turnover there. We pass up the right sideline, and it looks like we got a player down for USC, and as they will keep possession. It was one of the players we highlighted before the game, Tara McCune. Came into this game with 6 goals and 3 assists. Tied for team lead of the Trojans. Free kick awaiting USC. Stanford's back line trying to get ready. Knocked down by Harbor as she took the brunt of the ball there. Here comes Stanford. Kuhlman trying to navigate through 2 defenders. We'll go back to SC. Kiki Pickett sniffing out that play there. And she did it against Penelope Hawking, who is no average player out there on the pitch. She has 8 goals on the year, leading USC, and she is the player that the Stanford defense has had to game plan for. She had a hat trick earlier this month against Washington. And she's one of those players that is so creative with the ball at her feet. She can always have an opportunity to score. Wesley rotating it back to Engie. Wesley opts to send it forward as Belle Breed's got it now. The do-it-all player for the Cardinal, Belle Breed, trying to fight for possession. SC trying to get out of dangerous waters right now. Hawking. Navigating it for SC. Stepping up, though, are the Cardinal. Maya Doms now. Swinging it out wide to Williams. Williams finding her way into the box. Just out to the left-hand side now. Belle Breed. Nice lead pass to Kuhlman. Kuhlman with time trying to lay it off to Pickett. This one will be swept away by the forward. Hawking coming back, making a nice play there. Penelope Hawking, usually a forward, but showing she could do it all on the soccer field. Playing some defense. Pickett, cross towards the box area, shot as it tipped off the right foot there. I don't know if shot was the right word. It was trickling far near post, as that was Leontini for the Stanford Cardinal.
And this match is a little bit more open to start the second half.
As we've had some teams progress deep into each other's territory. Start this half. As Hawking trying to create in the midfield for the Trojans. SC, JoJo Harbor able to poke that one out of bounds. Still USC possession as they got a throw in on that right sideline. This one knocked forward by Leontini as he was trying to clear it completely for Stanford. Not out of the thick on this particular possession as SC continues to climb closer to the Stanford net. Cross. Trying to go far post. Excellent D by Pickett there to take it away from one of the better players in the Pac-12. USC still with possession, but you hear the loud cheers coming from the Stanford side.
A little bit better possession-wise from USC. Start the second half.
As Stanford trying to get things rolling here. Leontini has been all over the ball here to start the second half. Lead pass up to Kuhlman. Swept away by the Trojans defense. That was number 26, Samantha Bruder, who is bringing it forward right now for USC. Hydet. Just to kick it back to Kaylee Collins. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Kaylee Collins is the reigning Pac-12 goalkeeper of the week. She has had 3 straight shutouts in net for USC, and a big reason why they're ranked right now at number 21 in the country. Hydet, lead pass. Pickett just takes it away with ease. Lead pass going forward, trying to get to Rubenstein. This one will be taken away. Trojans plotting their attack just in front of the half-field line. Perryman swinging it out right to the left. Hyden. The dangerous Penelope Hawking dancing around a couple defenders. Perryman. Zoe Burns keeping that alive as now McCune lobbing it towards the box area. Rubenstein heading this one forward. A lot of contact between her and Penelope Hawking. That will go back to SC. Maya Dom sending it forward.
Very rarely see that from Stanford, just trying to clear the area. Rubenstein, the right wing, has been playing right wing back for the Cardinal there. Kind of pressed back by USC for the moment.
USC clearly on attack and has had possession for quite a few minutes. McCune. This one will go out on the back line. We got our first corner of the second half going to the USC Trojans as 2 apiece were awarded to Stanford and USC in the first half. This is the first real opportunity of half number 2 with 53 minutes into the ball game. Still a 0-0 game.
Perryman's 5'10". She might be a target. Look for her now at the top of the box.
Lobbing it in and nicely kicked out by Engie. Still USC bringing up their back defenders, keeping possession. Doms trying to get that back to Kuhlman. Kuhlman once again finding Doms as we're trying to control it. Wesley back to Meyer. This one moving forward will be taken away by SC at half field, but they will promptly get it back. Trojans trying to find a spot here through this Stanford D. McCune going to be knocked away on an excellent tackle by Pickett. It's easy to see why she was a top 10 pick in the NWSL. Williams showing that speed, but an excellent job on defense there on the left-hand side by number 12 for the Trojans, Zoe Burns.
And Burns winning a free kick. Starting this half as the right back. Jessica Hydet starting as the left back. So new outside backs for USC compared to the first half. One change for Stanford. Rubenstein is the right wing for the Cardinal. Catherine Paulson is sitting down on the Stanford bench. So that was the one change in the 11 for the Cardinal from the first half into the second.
Still the injury undiagnosed from Catherine Paulson, so our thoughts out to her. We hope it is nothing but a minor inconvenience as it's stolen away. Maya Dobbs running it for the Cardinal forward. Leontini keeping it alive as she got it to Kuhlman. Kuhlman, nice pass out to the right-hand side. Rubenstein in the box. Trying to thread the needle, but excellent defense there for USC. That was number 20, Kaylin Martin. Doing a fine job on the back line there, making a stop for the woman of Troy. Kuhlman Trying to get something rolling here outside the box, deep in Trojan territory. A little give and go between Doms and Belle Breed, the do-it-all forward for the Cardinal. She's playing defensive mid today. And she has been so essential in starting the attacks for Stanford. We got a player down on the field near the left side of the box. It looks like it might be Maya Doms down there.
Yeah, Doms had gotten into a challenge, a duel, a little bit earlier. I thought that there was a chance she might come out of the match. She didn't look quite right. That was maybe about 2 or 3 minutes when Doms was defending just outside of the Stanford box, and now on the other side, she is down. And the Cardinal have just lost so many players this year. It has been such tough luck.
Tough luck is right, as we will take a moment to pause as Maya Doms is being helped off. We're going to take a moment. We'll be back when play resumes. This is Will Decker and Tim Schwartz. We'll be back in just a moment. And we are back. It looks like Astrid Wheeler, the true freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia, going to replace Maya Doms. She is experienced in the U.S. national youth system. She played on the U15, U17, and U20 squads as a highly rated player coming out of Atlanta and chose to come here to Stanford to play for the prestigious program that is the Stanford women's soccer. We're going to have a throw in deep in territory that will just go back due to the injury as Kaylee Collins inbounds for USC.
Stanford's running out of players. I mean, right now I only see 4 available field substitutions. They have 2 keepers. But Doms is on the bench. The Paulson twins are hurt. Germa out there. Madison Haley. Stanford has just lost so many players because of injury. Now 3 today alone.
2 of those being All-Americans that you just mentioned. Naomi Germa, was a first-team All-American in 2019 on the national championship squad. Haley, also an essential part of that team, was a second-team All-American. Not often you could say teams losing All-Americans left and right due to injury. Astrid Wheeler trying to create off the turnover. Leontini on the run for Stanford. Lays it off to Williams. Look at that speed. Just went right around number 12, Zoe Burns. She can absolute fly out there on the soccer field.
And she plays, when she gets the ball, she is looking to attack. And she's been very positive for the Cardinal tonight.
Has created some opportunities. As we got a throw in here for Stanford. It's JoJo Harbor throwing that in. Senior out of Bellevue. Astrid Wheeler, the freshman. Laying it off to Belle Breed. Good ball movement and control there. As Breed dancing around a defender trying to lob it into the box area. Rejected by that Trojans back line. Sending it down the field. Excellent job to knock that away from Engie, the Centennial, Colorado native.
Westerdorf looking strong.
We got a throw in here for USC. That's Jessica Heidet trying to get that into Westendorf, as Tim just mentioned. Westendorf just outside the box. Kuhlman tried to relay it back to the team to get something going off of a header, but it goes right back to USC. Williams now with the ball. Lead pass up to Kuhlman. As Kuhlman gets knocked down in the open field. SC with The ball at their feet once more. JoJo Harbor doing an admirable job playing defense today as she was able to secure that and send it forward. But SC trying to have another opportunity once again. Leontini. Game of hot potato between two sides right now as Engie steps up and makes a very nice tackle, giving possession back to Stanford. I think as a fan of Stanford, you wish we could watch this game at full health, but just a lot of players missing. The likes of Germa and Haley, as well as some injuries today with the Paulson twins.
Yeah, Doms just went down, and she's sitting on the bench.
Our thoughts out to all the Paulson twins and Doms who got injured and are no longer available to play right now. USC moving around the field. This is Zoe Burns back there. Giving it off to Bethune. Nice lead pass with the left foot. She had the right vision, but Engie sniffed that one out. Harbor lead pass up the left sideline, and it will go back to the Trojan defense as Bruder just tracks that down easily. Good job by the Stanford defense. Astrid Wheeler trying to fight for this. As a pass forward, going to be knocked down. Rubenstein giving it to Wheeler. Wesley, one of the center backs for Stanford. It's done a really fine job back there with Engie today. Prevent any serious opportunities coming to the Trojans. It's been a defensive battle for both sides. Nice pass from Kiki Pickett up to Belle Breed. Here comes Astrid Wheeler on the outside of the right box. This one will be gathered by USC. Contact there as number 13 for the Trojans went down, Tara McCune, but no foul called. The referee's letting them play through this. Wesley sniffed that one out and gets possession back for Stanford. We're going to have a substitution for both USC and Stanford. This will be number 24 for Stanford. Coming in. As pass will be thrown away by the Cardinal. Inbound back to SC.
Abby Grubel in for Stanford. Stanford is also shorthanded. Amy Sayer has been called up to the Matildas, the Australian national team, and she's out in Europe. Matches with Germany tomorrow and then in a couple of days against the Netherlands.
Very impressive is Sayer. She's a true freshman who usually plays in the midfield for Stanford. As SC trying to control the situation defensively, but it'll be turned back over to Belle Breed.
First matches for Australia in 400 days and 2 matches in Europe, and that's what happens when you have talented players. They go out to play for their national teams.
Talent is not the problem with this Stanford squad, thankfully. It's just a matter of health and prior commitments. Shot towards the net, going to miss wide left. Very excellent shot near the net. There by number 11. Adam Ulukun. Engi giving it back to Wesley. Great defense there by Zoe Burns on Williams. As Belle Breed once more gets it back for the Cardinal. Myers swinging it out to Wesley. Kuhlman giving it back to Leontini. Leontini dancing around. Here comes Engi. Good lead pass to Pickett. Ooh. Trying to pull a nutmeg there that would put the ball between the defender's legs, but USC was not buying it. Pickett crossing, and it's just a little far in front of the attack, so we'll roll easily back to Collins, the keeper in net for USC.
Nice diagonal run from Leontini, but Pickett just couldn't pick her out. That's a tough pass to make.
Very tough. Back line here for SC. Trying to get things rolling. Out to the right side. Cross. Meyer sniffed that out as she dives to the turf, making the catch. Meyer has been very solid in the net for Stanford thus far this afternoon. Kuhlman trying to get away from 2 defenders. Grubel up to the freshman Astrid Wheeler. Lead pass just a little bit in front of Leontini there. Bethune trying to get it to Eisenhart, will be stolen back by the Cardinal. Pickett off to Engi. Nice job by Leontini to navigate around the defender. Here comes Belle Breed, the senior, in the box. Falling down. What a save by Collins and the Trojans. It remains scoreless here in the 69th minute of action.
She just blew by Bruder, but give Bruder credit. She was able to affect Breed and not allow her to have an open 1v1.
Breed turned on the Jets, but Bruder fought till the very end. And without her fight, it could be a 1-0 lead for Stanford had Belle Breed had a clean look at the net. Some Let's Go Stanford chants raining out with the fans here. Just nice to have fans back here at the farm as Belle Breed once more giving it forward. Williams keeps possession. Engi. It ain't to Pickett who keeps it in play, gives it back to Engi once more. Lead pass, Kuhlman knocks it down with their left shoulder. Gave it to Breed, who had the right idea with a potential lead pass, but sniffed out once again by that Trojans defense. Wesley finding Breed.
Stanford starting to settle down. Good possession. It's maybe like a 15-pass movement already.
So trying to find the weak spot in the USC defense. They haven't been able to find it here in the 70th minute of action. Neither team has scored. It remains 0-0. Only 5 total corner kicks so far in the game, 3 of which have gone to USC. This play goes out. Grubel going to throw it in for the Cardinal as Kuhlman outside the box. Now to the right side. An excellent defense there from Bruder, as it will be a goal kick. Missed opportunity there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Kuhlman was kind of saying we got to be a little bit quicker. It's interesting that Stanford normally kind of a 4-3-3, but it looks like they've switched into a 4-1-4-1.
Interesting formation for Stanford, as they've had to make a lot of adjustments with the roster we've been telling you guys about. A lot of injuries, a lot of players unable to go. Amy Sayer, like we mentioned earlier, playing with the Australian national squad. As USC fighting to keep it rolling here with Perryman sending it to the right side. They're just inside the box. McCune, left-footed shot will go wide to the left, as Meyer going to get a goal kick for Stanford.
Yeah, Stanford playing with Bell is kind of a pure 6. Sometimes Leontini play a little bit more advanced. Sometimes she drops back in to put 2 in front of the defense, but Stanford's trying little different things tactically. They're trying to figure out ways to unlock this USC defense.
Ball headed up the left sideline. This one will be knocked out of play by Engie, but still Trojan ball deep in Stanford territory. And a substitution coming on for USC, as Bethune going to check out. For the Trojans, Bethune had played all 71 minutes of action prior to that substitution. She had 2 shots. One happened to be on goal. Astrid Wheeler, the Atlanta native, laying it off to Leontini. Back to Wheeler. Kuhlman and her doing a little give and go. Just trying to lead that pass up to Williams on the left side. A nice stop there by Bruder, who got a foot on it and stalled the counterattack for Stanford. Collins in net, laying it off to Bruder. USC plots its attack from the back line. McCune. Excellent tackle there from Williams. Stanford trying to move it forward, but they were just kind of hesitant with the counterattack. It goes back to USC. This one sent out of the stadium by Wesley. So an inbound play awaiting Zoe Burns and USC. Still a 0-0 contest. 4 saves apiece for each keeper. 8 shots for Stanford, 7 to USC. It's been a very even match thus far, with roughly 16 minutes left in regulation before extra time. Meyer swinging it out to Wesley once again. Engie to her trusted right back, Pickett, sending it forward. Belle Breed, the senior, got in front of her just a little bit too much, and that's a goal kick for Collins and USC. We have another substitution. We got Rubenstein coming in. She played a big part in the first half, coming in for Samantha Williams, who will go back to the bench for Stanford.
Rubenstein had played a little bit of right wing. Now she'll play up the left wing. just a little heavy on the first touch for the Cardinal on the last attack from Breed. And Stanford did a little bit better combination play. I liked Wheeler and Kuhlman. They've had some nice combination play.
As SC spreading it around. This will be Kalen Martin. Martin once again sending it out to Bruder. And Rubenstein making a play right off the bench as she tried to take it forward. Let's see. Almost looked like she was going to get a throw in there on the left sideline, but hats off to SC for keeping that in play. Rubenstein still fighting for it. Going to turn it over. And all that work was not for nothing. It will be Stanford ball, as it looks like they will get a free kick just past the half-field line, moving towards Trojan territory. JoJo Harbor to do the duties for Stanford. One of the senior leaders on this team. As she sends it forward with the left foot. Pickett heads it forward. That will go back to Kuhlman. Left-footed pass from Kuhlman out of the box. Rubenstein. And that will be a corner for Stanford. Big-time opportunity here. As we're in the 77th minute, this could be the moment that Stanford is looking for to break this game open.
Center back's coming up. Wesley will be a target. She's going to run far post.
Rubenstein far post as well, as this one will be sent into play. This will be deflected back. Engie shot towards the net off the left side of the post. Engie, incredible velocity and a shot outside the box, just missed far post on an absolute rocket of a shot.
That was the best moment for Stanford. Just pandemonium in the box. Collins had left the side open, and Sierra put a charge into it, but it just glanced off the side of the post, maybe 2-3 inches away from the Cardinal getting on the board.
And this place would have gone nuts, as we've had fans for the first time here at any Stanford sport. It's been starting up in the last few weeks, so with these fans, you've heard maybe some Let's Go Stanford chants. This place would have erupted with a goal there from Engie. That would have given Stanford a 1-0 lead. Bruder creating. She gives it off to Burns. Lead pass that will be saved from a potential Stanford throw-in by Burns. Rubenstein fighting for it. Extra effort going to give it to Kuhlman. Lead pass forward for USC, as this ball will go out on the back line. And we have another corner, this time for USC.
Covering slide tackle from Wesley.
She has been solid as a rock with Engie back there on the defensive back line. Two of the better center backs in the conference, as we're going to get a corner kick right here for the Trojans. Sets, fires, into the box. Myers lay it out, knocks it forward for Engie. Meyer not pulling any punches here as Grubel's on the run. Grubel up the right sideline. This one will be given back to SC. As Burns gets it on the right side. Briefly mishandled it, but keeping possession for USC. Bruder trying to lead pass there. Leontini, who's had a strong game, bringing it forward for Stanford. Grubel. Bruder once more, giving it off to Martin. Eisenhart. There's a name we haven't heard nearly as much in the second half is Penelope Hawking. 8 goals this season. She is making a strong case to be listed on the All Pac-12 team, maybe even further than that, given how far USC goes this season. Martin swinging it to Bruder. Now to Burns. Pressing up was Rubenstein, and that will force a pass back to the keeper in Collins. Nice job by Engie at the right place at the right time. It seems like she's been there all afternoon. We have another substitution, this time for USC, as number 6 coming off the field, Katie Roditz. And checking in is number 13, Tara McCune. McCune is a big substitution at this stage of the game. She is the second leader in goals for USC with 6, just behind Penelope Hawking. And she has 3 assists to her name as well, which is tied for the team lead.
So on the sidelines, Samantha Williams was getting stretched out. And Paul Rycliffe, I think, just called over her to get back into the game. That's been the most dangerous player for Stanford so far. And Samantha will come back in the next stoppage, looks like, when she checks in with the scores table.
Definitely the right move. She has a chance to break a game wide open with that speed and finishing ability in the open field. Trojans moving around. JoJo Harbor on the ball now for Stanford, trying to defend. Just outside the box, Harbor going to send this one forward. Bruder opting to try to go to the left side of the field. Grubel making a nice play. Here comes Astrid Wheeler for Stanford. Lead pass, just a little bit in front of there for Kuhlman. A little bit too much mustard on that one. As Martin tries to set up USC. Trojans once more. Lead pass towards the box area. Fighting for it is Belle Breed. Goes back to McCune, though. And the woman of Troy. Lob towards the box area. Meyer knocks it away. Great instincts there from Meyer, who had the presence of mind to punch that out of the box, but still USC pressing. Far post. They were looking for Penelope Hawking. Just went over her head, but she would have had a clear shot with a header or a one-touch had the pass been more on point. Throw in now for SC. This is Eisenhart. Hawking rotating it out to the right side. Burns lobbing it towards the box. Kiki Pickett sending it away. Stanford's security blanket back there. She's done an excellent job not only stopping it on the defensive side of the ball, but creating those counterattacks, as she is an offensive right back. And another substitution. Williams checking in. As Tim just mentioned earlier, we were just waiting for her to come back in. Rubenstein going to head back to the bench for Stanford. Rubenstein playing a nice game out there for the Cardinal. Hawking moving in the midfield. Harbor clearing it for Stanford. Excellent job by JoJo Harbor, the senior.
Haven't seen this often at Kagan Stadium over the last few years. Stanford just trying to clear the ball, play it safe.
Usually they're the ones doing the attacking and dominating. 2019 national champion, 2017 national champion. Before this season, they were the 5-time reigning Pac-12 champs. I mean, this was a team that was very feared, but without some of your star players, I think any team can get hampered, as this one will go out of play.
They've had 3 players, the Paulson twins.
Maya Doms has USC in the box area. Pickett going to send this up to Kuhlman. Kuhlman trying to get that around number 20, Martin.
Yeah, the Paulson twins both getting hurt in the first 12 minutes of the match, and then Doms in the second half picking up a knock, and she's sitting down on the bench. So Stanford, they didn't have Amy Sayer, who's with the Matildas, the Australian national team, and they're down Madison Haley, who didn't dress tonight. Just a lot of players of high quality are out for Stanford.
Germa, I mean, the list goes on with the Cardinal, who've unfortunately just been missing a lot of talent out there. Still hanging tough here in the 87th minute as it remains 0-0. Wesley, it's a free kick deep in her own territory. We'll send this back for the Cardinal. Astrid Wheeler getting it out of 2 defenders. Kuhlman. Here comes Leontini. Lead pass to Pickett. Look at that top end speed, trying to save it just a tad bit late. But my goodness, the burst she possesses in the open field, she can move out there.
It just went over the touchline. Hopefully Pickett's okay. Now she's trying to start to stretch out her legs. Stanford, it's been just a tough year, and they've got to try to gut this one out. Might have an extra potential 20 minutes if we don't get a goal in the next 3 minutes or so.
Brace tight for overtime as we potentially have a couple more minutes in regulation. Well, we will be following our broadcast with a brief break and then potentially OT, so stick around as USC moving forward. McCune just outside the box for the Lady Trojans. This one's sent forward. Stanford trying to clear it. Ooh. And Penelope Hawking in the box area. Oh, and an excellent clearance by Kiki Pickett. Not out of the thick of it yet. McCune saving it for USC. Header by Wesley. Another header. Meyer's going to corral it for Stanford. And a bullet dodge there late in the game. Kiki Pickett making one of the better plays you'll see on the defensive side of the soccer ball. Here's Williams, freshly checked in off the bench. Trying to create a cross there. She dove for it. She's holding her right leg. Let's hope she's okay. Last thing we need is more injuries today. Collins rolling that forward for Bruder. Excellent job by Harbor to deflect that one back, but Trojans still pressing in attack mode.
There's 1 minute left in regulation.
Heard it from the PA announcer. 1 minute left in regulation. As this one will be a foul against USC. Just inside the box as Wesley was knocked down. Meyer going to send this one down the field. Goal kick. Kuhlman trying to get to the ball near the right side. And it will be possession for USC. Grubel heading it as this one goes out of bounds on the sideline. Pickett ready to throw it in. Does Stanford have a last gasp in them in regulation? This one sent off of Leontini's ankle. Lead pass forward. And we will be heading to overtime, folks, as we have reached 90 minutes. Neither side has put one past the keeper. It's 0-0. We're going to take a quick break before the overtime period. You're watching Stanford Women's Soccer. We'll be back in just a moment. And we welcome you back to Kagan Stadium for the first overtime period here on the farm. USC going to start off with it. 2 10-minute periods, golden goal. So the first goal scored by either side will effectively end the game, and a winner will be announced.
Yeah, pretty even, I think, in the second half. Stanford a little bit more of the action in the first, but shots are 9-7 in charge of Stanford, on target 4-4. So it has been an even match.
McCune sending that forward for the Trojans.
NG hit the post in the second half. That was the closest either side has come.
Such a beautiful shot from Engi. That went far post with some velocity off the right foot. Unfortunately, Stanford couldn't capitalize on that. Just inside the box. Ooh, and Penelope Hawking getting very close towards the net. This will be a corner. This is a big opportunity right here for USC as Bethune going to go out to take the corner kick.
You look out for Perryman. I think they've been trying to play it to her. She's 5'10". On your screen, she's just about at the penalty spot. But Perryman, I think, has been the target for these set pieces.
Fifth corner for USC as they send it into the box, headed in the air by Harbor. This one will go back to SC. Ooh, and it's on the outside here. SC in the box. Swallowed up by Engi. She has been outstanding today as one of the center backs for the Cardinal. Pickett on the move. Stops on a dime and sends it off to Leontini. Grubel back to Pickett. Off of Kuhlman's head, and this will go easily to Collins, the keeper.
Yes, Savannah has been strong as the kind of the lone striker, the number 9, the classic number 9, but the problem for her is she just hasn't had much support, I think. Now Cardinal without Doms, who got hurt in the second half, who's normally the number 10, so that kind of messes things up a little bit for Stanford.
Fantastic tackle by Pickett near that left sideline as Breed moving it back. Engi. Breed with a nice back heel there. Trying to do a little give and go between her and Grubel, but it will be SC ball. Williams, the true freshman out of Laguna Beach. Look at the speed on the outside. Falling down. No sign from the official on a foul there, so will be USC possession once more.
It's not just the Williams is fast. The ball just kind of sticks to her foot. She is an incredible dribbler.
She's sensational. You add speed plus that dribbling ability, it's almost impossible to stop on the run as Grubel moving just outside the box. Leontini trying to fight for possession. Just lost it as Bruder got it. Trojans defense making the play when it matters. Bethune to Bruder. Zoe Burns out there on the right side, number 12, as Bethune gets it once more. Very even matched game thus far as Bruder tries to send it up to McCune. McCune trying to fight away from JoJo Harbor, and Breed, she will get a throw in for her Trojans out on the field. Foul, ooh, and this is a free kick.
Very dangerous spot. Could put a lefty in swinger here, righty out swinger. A lot of different things. This is an awkward little angle for the Cardinal to defend.
Looks like Burns, the right back for USC. Going to have a big opportunity here for the Trojans here in the overtime period. Raises her hand that she's ready. Sets. Lobs it towards the box. Up in the air. McCune tried to get to it. It will be knocked out. Still USC. Moving with Bethune. A left-footed kick towards the left side of the box. This one's up in the air. It's Eisenhart who will turn it over to Kuhlman, who just muscled the ball away. Rubenstein. Excellent job at keeping the possession there for Stanford. And Kuhlman just sends it to Collins.
Yeah, I think she thought Grubel was going to make a diagonal run there. And again, Grubel and Coleman haven't played a lot together this year. Oop. There's a little bit of a miscommunication there. Stanford's, it is match number 12, but they've had so many injuries. It's been difficult to build the combinations. You saw it again there in terms of just a ball played a little bit too far. The Paulson twins getting hurt in this match. Maya Dom's getting hurt. Stanford, look at the bench. I think I see 4, maybe 5 players that are available for the Cardinal that are field players. They have 2 available goalkeepers. Just not a lot of options for Paul Radcliffe.
And Belle Breed taking a hard fall. It's good to see her getting up and sticking it out for Stanford. We've had 3 players leave the game to injury, both Paulson sisters and Maya Doms. Big free kick opportunity here, just within striking distance, as Kiki Pickett and JoJo Harbor back there for Stanford. Set piece coming for the Cardinal. USC has built the wall. Harbor lobbing it up. Got by Kuhlman. But 2 defenders in Eisenhart and Bruder making a nice tackle. Williams trying to get possession back for Stanford. And they awarded on a throw-in. Leontini going around 2 defenders. Williams crossing it into the box. This one will be headed out. Will be deflected off of Williams, and a throw-in for USC. Still deep in their own territory. They've got to be very cautious not to make a wrong pass here. We're in the 97th minute of action here. Is this ball moving forward? Engie stepping up and making a play for the Stanford back line. Oh, and this could be dangerous. Meyer stepping up and sending it away. Excellent job of reading the situation from Katie Meyer, the goalkeeper for Stanford.
Stanford plays a high line. If you do that, you need a goalkeeper like Katie Meyer that has 0 fear coming out and sweeping the ball up like she just did. Excellent play by Katie.
She had Penelope Hawking charging forward, one of the better goal scorers in all of the Pac-12. So Meyer made a decision, stuck to it, and Stanford is better off for it. McCune laying it off to Hockey. Excellent lead pass. Knocked away by Stanford, and you hear the cheers in the stands. It looked like it was JoJo Harbor making the play. That was sensational stuff by the senior out of Bellevue, Washington. Eisenhart just sending it close to Meyer. She easily gets that one. Some Let's Go Stanford chants belting out here as we have just under 2 minutes left in overtime period number 1. Remember, golden goal, first goal scored, effectively ends the game. Oh, Kuhlman going out, got charged by the keeper, no call. They're going to let this one play as it was just contact. Kuhlman hit the turf very hard. As Collins came out trying to clear it, it will be a throw-in for Stanford.
I think that was the right call. Collins did get the ball cleanly, and then Kuhlman went over her.
A lot of contact on the play, but most likely the right call there to let them play as we got a counterattack ensuing now for the Trojans. DeMello. Engie giving it back to Wesley. This one's going to Kuhlman and the Cardinal. Kuhlman one-touched it there to Breed. A little miscommunication between that as Leontini made the play. Leontini now down on the ground for Stanford. Let's hope she's okay. As USC on the run. Outside the box. McCune towards the net. Just missed on far post. Slightly wide.
Yeah, I think Leontini's got a cramp. She asked Kuhlman to help try to stretch her out. The Stanford trainer's been, unfortunately, very busy today. I think a last good attack for USC. I don't know if DeMello knew. There were two players right behind her, right to her side, and it would have been kind of a 4-on-3 if she would have continued to dribble it up. She tried to play the first ball to Hawking, and that was just a little too far for her, and that might have been the golden opportunity for SC in this second half.
Eisen looks to be the player checking in. Eisen, a sophomore from Rockland, California. Listed as a defender, but she was playing a forward-like position earlier in the game, and it looks like she will be playing a similar role here as she checks back in with about roughly 40 seconds left in overtime period number 1.
Yeah, Leontini's kind of been playing as the 8, in between the holding midfielder and the attacking midfielder, plugging herself in where she's needed, and now looks like Eisen will retake that role.
Meyer with a goal kick. Is close to the half-field line. Penelope Hawking keeping that one rolling. McCune back to Hawking. That's the dynamic duo. One-touch shot off the top of the crossbar. Oh, my goodness. We could have ended the game on a volley like that. That would have been incredible. Score remains 0-0. But by the skin of Stanford's teeth as Kuhlman's moving forward.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Throw in by Rubenstein. Header. Williams, you never know with her speed. Maybe there was a chance there, but she just simply ran out of time. Overtime period number 1 in the books. Still 0-0. We got one more coming to you. If no one scores next period, it will result in a tie. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Stanford Women's Soccer. We'll be heading to overtime period number 2.
Welcome back to Kagan Stadium. Tim Swartz, Will Decker with you. No score, but Will, we've had some entertainment here.
Oh, my goodness. It has been such a sensational game so far. 0-0. We've had one shot go off the top of the crossbar by Hawking, Penelope Hawking, the lead goal scorer for the Trojans. We had Eng miss off the left far post in regulation. This game just doesn't want to seem to end right now.
Well, good news for Stanford. Leontini is back into the match. She had those cramps at the end of the first overtime. And again, the Paulson twins hurt within the first 12 minutes. Hopefully they are okay. Maya Dom's hurt as well. Stanford is just down so many players. Amy Sayers out on international duty. Williams. Ooh, play on. Physical stuff from Samantha Bruder, the fifth-year senior from Southern California, the right center back. But we could maybe use up the whole 10 minutes to talking about all the Stanford players that are unavailable. Madison Haley, she did play in the Arizona State match, but she is unavailable for Stanford again. Noemi Gurma, the first-team All-American. Cardinal are down so many, not just players, but just starters and All-Americans.
Quite a few, to say the least. Gurma, a first-team All-American for 2019. Madison Haley, second-team All-American, out as well. Stanford down, and you lose 3 more players in regulation. It's just been kind of a nightmare situation so far for the Cardinal, but still with a chance to potentially win here in the second overtime period.
Of course, the Cardinal lost the National Player of the Year, Katrina Macario, when this was moved from a fall to a spring season. She decided to sign with Lyon in France. Is now with the full U.S. national team as well. Pickett, she decided to come back for her 4th year. Rubenstein tried to play it forward. And a miscommunication. Kuhlman wins a corner. Collins, a miscommunication with her defender, and Stanford gets their first corner of overtime.
It's very confusing as Kuhlman just went down. And you saw the late reaction from Collins trying to save it from the back line. Stanford with a big opportunity here. JoJo Harbor going out there to kick the corner for the Cardinal.
Harbor, the lefty, towards the penalty spot. Trojans now, they can break out. Here's Hawking to the far side, looking to pick out the pass. Leontini is down behind the play for Stanford. Kiki Pickett is able to clear it away, but again, Leontini has some, I think they're looking at her, the way she's being stretched out by Collins, a nice sporting gesture from the opposing goalkeeper, Kylie Collins, but Leontini looks like she has pretty bad cramps.
Looks like icing going to come back in once more.
Yeah, there's Leontini being stretched out. The trainer has been active today. Again, Maya Doms got hurt in the second half. Sarah Paulson came into the match for Catherine Paulson, her twin sister, because Catherine had gotten hurt in about the 9th minute. Then Sarah got hurt just about 2 minutes later. It has been, again, we're counting the healthy players on the bench for Stanford. It might be 3 or 4 field players at this point that they don't even have available. Stanford is running out of players.
Very strange turn of events, including the Paulson sisters, who got injured maybe a minute and a half apart from one another. Just so strange. And once again, we hope the Paulson twins will be ready to go on Sunday against the Bruins of UCLA.
It is such a quick turnaround. There's Paul Radcliffe, the head coach of the Cardinal. Played it in quickly with his feet. Pickett. Kuhlman has been just taking a beating as the number 9 for the Cardinal, the target striker, and she has came out a little bit of the first half, but other than that, she has stayed in this match and has been putting in work. Kuhlman trying to get the turn. Collins, heady play as she fires off of the goal line. Just about 6.5 minutes left. Stanford 0, USC 0.
A coveted Pac-12 victory on the line, too, as Harbor steals this one away, but looks like it will go back to the Trojans.
USC trying to attack. Pickett again for the Cardinal is able to disrupt an attack of Hawking, but out of play and a corner kick. So Trojans, they have looked for Lily Perryman, who's 5'10" on these set pieces. They've looked for Martin, who is 5'9". Perryman walking up into the area.
Looks like Savannah DeMello going to take this corner for USC. Big opportunity here for the Trojans. Stanford's D getting ready.
Played into the area low, flicked on, swept off the line. Wesley saves the day for the Cardinal.
Unbelievable play by Wesley. We were talking about those center backs earlier, and Engie and Wesley, they have done an outstanding job today on that back line for your Cardinal, as Engie's sniffing out the ball as we speak.
Foul called. I believe it was a foul, not a throw in there. Meyer might have had that one there, but Wesley playing it safe. Cardinal, they've not had their normal possession. They have had to fight today. 5 minutes left in overtime number 2 in the game. Harbor. Most dangerous Stanford has looked is through the left and Williams. Bruder, long ball. Wesley out of play.
As Wesley sends this one away. Williams, just for the nature of how strong she is as a freshman, has just been outstanding, to say the least.
USC settles. Left foot on it. Diving save!
Oh, my goodness. Meyer, with the reflexes of a cat, diving to the right side of the net and making a save. Can't ask for much better in the net than Katie Meyer right now.
Katie Meyer, last time Stanford was here at home against Oregon, she had to make 2 ridiculous saves to save what was a 0-0 tie. No goals here in Kagan Stadium for now about 250 minutes. Dating back to the Cardinals' last win, which was 2 weeks ago today against Oregon State. Wheeler heads it away. Pickett, the right back, all the way out left. You hear some of the USC fans, I should say USC players, yelling "our ball." Friends and family allowed. You have to be a resident of California. First women's soccer match of the season with fans. We're so glad to have them back. 3.5 minutes left.
Nice turn there by Grubel.
Stanford trying to just control some possession. Breed. Williams. Breed was screaming for it right in front of our broadcast position. Oh, what a back heel. Harbor. Cardinal building. Grubel.
Beautiful back heel is right. To do this at this stages of the game. Setting up her teammate, but here comes USC down the field.
Both teams, I think, are feeling some pretty heavy legs. There's Katie Rodas from Rancho Palo Verde, Southern California. 2.5 minutes left. Played out wide right. Bethune tries to put a left foot on it, blocked by Harbor. Stanford trying to survive with 2 minutes left. Settled by Rubenstein, the right wing, playing deep for the Cardinal, who are now bringing it forward. 150 left. Breed. 109th minute. USC pushing for the winner. Bethune steps over. Left-footed shot just wide.
Oh, my goodness. Bethune going far post on that one with some velocity. Just missing far post. Dodge bullet there from the Cardinal.
Stanford hit the post in the second half. USC hit the post in the first overtime. 0-0 here at Kagan. Could be the second straight 0-0 score. Cardinal, for a moment there, give it away. Right-footed shot, saved by Meyer again. That is the 7th save for Katie Meyer. 50 seconds left. We've reached the 110th and final minute of the match. There will be no injury time in college. Eisen. Wide. Right. Rubenstein. In the middle. Kuhlman! A lot of contact. Might have been some head-to-head contact, but Arias, the referee, says play on. 20 seconds remaining in the match. A torrid second overtime coming to a close. 10 seconds left. USC with a final chance. Kiki Pickett sniffs it out. And it was an absolute battle here at Kagan Stadium. In the end, 0-0. Stanford and USC play to a draw. And I think that's a pretty fair result, Will.
Yeah, both teams fought as hard as you possibly could. 13 shots for SC, 9 for Stanford. It came down to the keepers and the defense at the end of the game, and both stepped up huge. Tie ball game.
Well, for Stanford, it is a big one. They'll have on Sunday afternoon as the Cardinal take on the number 4 UCLA Bruins. They try to keep the dream alive to make it back to the NCAA tournament. Stanford, the defending national champions, need to have a little work to do the rest of the way. And we'll see how that happens tomorrow. We do have a bunch of web streams for you here on GoStanford.com, including it will be a Cardinal facing off with the UCLA Bruins in baseball. Any final thoughts, Will?
Stanford, I mean, they were lucky to get this result given how some of the shots from Penelope Hawking were, especially that one off the top of the crossbar. But they'll take it. They had lost 2 in a row previous to this to both Arizona teams. A tie is better than a loss.
0-0 is your final score for Will Decker and the rest of our GoStanford.com crew. My name is Tim Swartz. A reminder, Stanford's next match will be Sunday, 2 p.m. against the number 4 UCLA Bruins. Senior Day here on the farm. We hope you can watch that one on the Pac-12 networks. For our entire Go Stanford crew, my name is Tim Swartz. Have a great night.